Have you ever wondered what silence truly sounds like? Not the quiet of a library, but the absolute, crushing void at the end of everything. In that final, chilling vestige of reality dwells Zero. He's not a man. He's a musical enigma, a solitary composer living in a dark, deep hole carved into a mountainside. This mountain? It's on a hidden, swampy moon of Saturn, surrounded by a silent, abandoned graveyard where the headstones are made of frozen gas. This is Zero's stage, a domain deep inside insanity itself. His existence is as impossible as his music. Imagine a diet of phantom rattlesnake milk and the weightless essence of shark feathers. This is what sustains him. For eons, he's lived in this terminal isolation, producing a noise so immense, so profound, that it vibrates the very rings of Saturn. He is a creature of impossible physics, a lone enigma playing a symphony for the cosmos. He is the void's composer. Then, one eternal night, something changed. His celestial antennas, finely tuned to the whispers of the universe, picked up a leak. It wasn't the familiar hum of a distant star or the crackle of a dying nebula. It was different. A recursive hungry frequency bleeding out from a radio tower in a place called the Arkansas Ozarks, the Bull Shoals signal. To Zero, a being who only knew the grand, lonely music of space, this signal sounded like a distress call, a cry from a world that had forgotten how to stop humming, a world drowning in its own noise. A curiosity bordering on insanity took hold. He didn't need a ship, no clunky vessel to traverse the void. He simply rode the sound wave itself. He folded his entire solitary existence into a symmetrical waveform and plummeted toward the source, toward this strange blue planet called Earth. He didn't break through the atmosphere like a meteor, burning and violent. No, he arrived as a burst of pure static, a wave of energy that hijacked every radio between Little Rock and Branson, turning them into screaming mouths that spoke his language of noise. He landed in the deep woods near a lake, his Saturnian physiology immediately recoiling at the heavy, wet heat of the Missouri-Arkansas line. The air was thick, humid, and alive in a way the sterile vacuum of space never was. He had come to categorize this planet, to study its peculiar broadcast. But as he stepped into the humid night, surrounded by the chorus of cicadas and the whisper of the pines, he realized his mistake. The Ozarks didn't want to be studied. They wanted to broadcast. They had their own ancient, chaotic song. Zero, the lone enigma of the stars, had traveled across the unfathomable distance of space, only to find a graveyard older and crazier than his own. A world teeming with a different kind of beautiful, terrifying noise. He took a breath of the thick, earthly air, a substance so alien, yet so strangely familiar. He tuned his instruments, the ones that could channel the sound of dying suns and birthing galaxies. And then he began to play, adding his own cosmic symphony to the relentless, beautiful, terrifying signal of the Ozarks. The Void's composer had found a new orchestra. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you love stories that push the boundaries of imagination, make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next descent into the weird and wonderful. See you next time.